Namaste. Welcome to your yoga practice. It is Monday. Let's go ahead and begin grounding, lying on our backs. You can keep your feet on the ground, knees bent, and we'll come onto our spine. Also, while we're getting there, things look clear so far. Over 2 hours this weekend on the phone trying to troubleshoot our internet troubles, and I thought that they were fixed, and then like 20 minutes after I got off the phone it dropped again. So it's an ongoing process. I apologize, and I am working on it. All right, so on our backs, here we are, feet on the ground. You could go ahead and stretch your arms up overhead, open your hands really wide, stretching your fingers, stretching your palms. As you breathe there, I will share our quote from Dr. Rober Holden. The miracle of gratitude is that it shifts your perception to such an extent that it changes the world you see. The miracle of gratitude is that it shifts your perception to such an extent that it changes the world you see. Keep stretching, maybe walking the shoulders away from the hips. If the body wants to yawn, just let it yawn. No need to suppress anything here. Another big breath in. And then you can bring your arms down, let them land in a way that they can get heavy and relax. You might walk your feet to the edges of the mat and then let the knees knock together towards the center. And let yourself soften and settle here. Turning the attention to the parts of your body on the ground. Just notice any textures you feel here, any temperatures, a softness, a firmness. If you notice your muscles holding any tension, you might squeeze them and then try to let go. So squeeze, almost like we're leaning into the tension, and then let it go. And now shifting attention to the breath, seeing how it feels to notice the breath coming in through the nose, floating all the way down past the throat, past the chest, to the bottom of the rib cage, bottom of the belly. And like a wave, it rises up, and like a wave, it leaves again. So follow a couple more full cycles of breath. Now walk the feet a little closer together, about hips distance. Bring your arms down by your sides. Walk your shoulders closer towards each other so we kind of puff up our chest. And then on an inhale, push your feet into the ground as you lift your hips up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, lower back down. Do this a couple more times. Inhale, lifting the hips. Engage your glutes, squeeze them as you press your hips up. And then lower back down. One more time, pressing your hips up in bridge pose. Here, let's see if we can stay. You can always lower if needed. Feet pushing down into the ground, upper arms and hands pushing down. And give yourself another full breath here. As you exhale, lower down from bridge pose. Release the shoulders. Open your arms out wide and let your knees fall to the left side. Stay here for a couple breaths, trying to soften the left hip, softening the body. Come back through center with the legs. Breathe in, breathe out, let the legs fall to the right side. Actively try to soften the right hip. Come back to center. Let's draw the knees in towards the chest. You might rock side to side a little here. Then lifting your head, tucking chin towards chest. Try rocking forwards and backwards. And if possible, make your way upright to a seat. Good, fingertips to the ground. And then let's come into the Guru Mudra. So basically thumbs up. Maybe your knuckles can touch the ground there, maybe even your thumb tips. Lift the heart, roll the shoulders back and down. And let's try this with eyes softly closed. Inhale, see if you can sweep the arms out wide, up overhead, and bring the thumbs to touch. Exhale, bring the arms all the way back down. Hands touch earth. Inhale, sweeping the arms out and up. Exhale, out and down. Keep moving with your own breath. Trying to touch the thumbs overhead as you inhale and back to earth as you exhale. Keep breathing, and you might imagine that we're creating an arc of light or protection around us. Maybe thinking about our energetic field, our electromagnetic field that extends out from us. Maybe just thinking, making a little bubble, a little cocoon for yourself to not be so affected by the madness of the world. Working with our santosha, our contentment or gratitude, maybe even being grateful for what you can offer to the world during times of upheaval. Maybe just being grateful for being right here, right now. Couple more cycles of breath here. And the next time you inhale, reaching the arms up overhead, bring the thumb tips to touch, release your index fingers to, all of your fingers, to point straight up, and then pull your arms up as much as you can, as much as your shoulders will let you. Stretch up, extending the spine, getting as long as you can, and then engage your root lock. So squeezing in your sex organs, your anus, pull everything in and up, in and up. One more in and up, big breath in. Hold that breath full as you squeeze, like you're squeezing energy from the base of your spine all the way up. Hold as long as you can. When you're ready to exhale, let the breath go, float the arms down, fingertips finding the earth. You might have to walk the hands forward, whatever it takes to touch the ground. And there, notice how the earth feels or how the ground beneath you feels. On your next inhale, stretch the right arm up and over, side body stretch. And slowly come through center, exhaling. Inhale, left arm up and over. And come back through center, exhale. One more time each side. Good. Move the right hand behind you, left hand to your right leg, taking a twist. Sit tall. You might draw the chin back in space a little, lift the crown up, rotate the head, looking over your right shoulder. And release this. Left hand comes back behind you, right hand to your left leg. Sit tall, twisting to the left, lifting the crown of your head, looking over your left shoulder. And release. Let's go ahead and meet in tabletop. If you've got a block handy, you could squeeze a block between your upper thighs. As we get into tabletop, tops of the feet pressing down into the ground. Inhale, drop your belly down, look up. Exhale, arch your spine, chin towards chest. Inhaling, belly drops. You might even bring your bottom lip over your top lip, stretching the neck and throat. And arching the spine. Move at your own pace. Take any other movements here that might feel helpful. Keep in mind anytime our hands are on the ground, let's spread the fingers really wide. Try to lighten your wrists. As you do that, you might feel more weight and energy anchoring down into your knuckles, your fingertips. And let's walk the hands forward into puppy pose. For me, I like to walk the hands forwards and out towards the top corners of the mat. If there's no way that your head's going to meet the ground, you could bring a block under that. If possible, your chin or your forehead can tap down on the mat. Keep the tops of your feet rooting down. Big stretch through the chest and shoulders. Just taking note, if your body doesn't like this, just don't do it. Another option would be to stand up on your knees and reach your arms up and out. So we're still getting the stretch just without all the pressure. And then come back to tabletop. If you used a block, you can release that. Let's go ahead and stand up on our knees. You might turn to the long edge of your mat. I'm saying you might a lot. I'm glad we have options. Bring your hands to your hips. Engage your core. Stand as tall as you can on your knees and shift your weight into your left leg. We're going to try to step the right foot out to the right side. It's fine if you need to bring your hands to the earth to get there. Top of your left foot's rooting down. Imagine your shin rooting down. Sole of the right foot rooting down, then stretch your arms up. Big inhale. Exhale, hinge over to your right side. Dropping the right arm, you could hook it back behind you, using that almost like an anchor to lengthen your low back. You might even drag the top of the right hand down your low back and side. Parigasana gate pose. And then inhale, come to center, both arms up. Exhale, cartwheel your hands off, or your left hand down to the left of you. Right arm stretching alongside your head. You can stay just like this with your right foot grounded, or maybe you lift your right leg. If you lift it, then inhale, see how far away you can stretch your right hand and right foot. Exhale, crunch it all together, knee and elbow touching. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. One more inhale. Let's see about kicking the right foot back in space, sweeping the right arm back. Maybe you find your foot or ankle getting a hamstring stretch. No, a quadricep stretch. It feels like Monday. Breathe here. And then we'll set the right foot down, reach your right hand up to the sky. Imagine you're holding on to something as you pull yourself back up to center. Big inhale. Exhale, hinge over to the right, Parigasana gate pose. Inhale, come back to center. Imagine holding on to something. Engage your core. Pull the right knee back under the right hip. Shift the weight into your right leg. See if you can extend your left leg out to the left side. Whatever it takes, meet there. Imagine the top of the right foot and shin like an anchor to the ground. Arms stretching up, big inhale. Exhale, hinge over to your left side. Gate pose. There we can drop the left arm down, maybe hook it back behind us, maybe even keep it moving, dragging it down. Slow and steady breaths. Inhale, come back to center, reach both arms up. Exhale, right hand comes down to the ground at your right side. Left foot can stay grounded at first here while we stretch the left arm alongside our ear. Stretch, stretch, stretch. You could stay here or explore lifting your left foot off of the ground. If you do that, then try to create as much space between your left foot and left hand as possible. Big breath in. Exhale, optional crunch, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, stretch, an optional quad stretch, kicking the left foot back, reaching the left arm back. Maybe you can find the foot here. We're actively pushing the ground away through the right hand, so it's like we're lifting out of our shoulder joint a little. Another breath. And then set your left foot down. Reach your left hand up to the sky. Imagine you're holding on to something as you return upright. Big breath in. Exhale, hinge over to the left, gate pose. Inhale, come to center. Draw the left knee back in under your hip. You can turn to face the top of your mat if you're not already there. Hands to the ground. Let's find downward facing dog. Coming into your down dog, we can shift the hips a little, pedal the feet. Try to let the head get heavy. And breathing, step yourself up to the top of the mat. If you like using blocks as you flow through sun salutations, you can set them at the top of your mat. And then on an inhale, take your time, coming all the way up. As you get there, reach the arms up in a way that works for you. And then float the arms down. Take a breath, just reorienting. Now we're upright. Feel your feet on the ground. Breathing in, stretch your arms up. Breathing out, fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulder blades slide together, look ahead. Exhale, fold down, hands touching blocks or the ground. Step the right foot straight back, drop that knee. You could keep your hands connected to the ground or reach your arms up. Take a breath. And exhale, hands to the mat. Step yourself back to plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower your knees, lower your chest and chin. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay for a breath or two. From down dog, inhale, right leg back and up. Exhale, step or swing it to the top of the mat. Drop the left knee. You could stay here or breathing in, reach your arms up. Breathing out, hands come back to earth. Step the left foot up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a couple breaths, recalibrate. On an inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold down, hands touching blocks or ground. Step the left foot back. This time, let's keep the left knee lifted, staying in runner's lunge. And you can shift forwards and backwards. So coming onto the left toes, stretching them, then pushing back through your left heel, trying to stretch the calf muscles. This is all a big stretch for your hip flexors. Wonderful. And then breathing, let's cartwheel our arms up, coming into warrior two. Big power move there. Bending into your right leg. Whatever it takes, we're finding our warrior two. And looking over the right fingertips, let's settle in for a couple of breaths. If this feels like too much work on the legs today, you can make the stance shorter. It doesn't have to be as long as your mat. You can just have like 3 feet or so between your feet. Another breath. And then on an inhale, right arm reaches up and back, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down to the ground. We'll step ourselves back into plank pose. If chaturanga is no good to you, you can just come into down dog, or you can plank your heart out. Otherwise, we'll take a breath in. Exhale, lower knees, lower chest and chin. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here. From down dog, left leg lifts back and up, and it steps or swings to the top of the mat. Coming into our runner's lunge, grabbing blocks if you like them. Shift forwards and backwards a bit. Shifting forward onto the right toes, feel that stretch through the toe joint, and then push back through your right heel. Forwards and back. Notice the front of your right hip. And then we'll pivot the right heel down, cartwheel your arms up, find your warrior two on the other side. Again, we can shorten the stance if needed. We don't always have to do the most. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the fullness of your breath. And then flip the left palm to the sky. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground. Step the right foot up, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Maybe this time we stretch the arms back. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart, sink your hips down, chair pose. You might try it today with the roots of your big toes together, with your thighs and knees hugging in, sinking the hips back and down. Take a breath, and then stand up tall. Slow breath in, slow breath out. Shift the weight into your right leg, and try to bring the sole of your left foot to your right ankle. A little tree pose. We can keep the arms down by the sides, or at the heart, or up in the sky. And you might explore sliding that left foot up the right leg. You could also use your hands if needed. I remember being in a class once years ago in Chicago, and the teacher yelled at people for touching their ankles. That's fine for them. I did not go back to that class. Breathe wherever you are. And then see if you can settle that left foot back on the ground. Stand tall. Shift the weight into your left leg. Sole of the right foot coming to your left ankle. Vrikshasana tree pose. See how high you can slide that right foot up the left thigh. You have the universe's permission to use your hand if you would like. Give yourself a couple more breaths. And then release the right foot back down. Stand tall, breathing in, breathing out, feeling both feet rooted to the ground. You could soften your knees and take some little bounces. And let's come back down to earth. So scooting the blocks out of the way if you use them. Rolling onto your spine. When you get there, then draw your knees into your chest, rock around a little. And point your toes up to the sky, stretching your legs long. You might bring your hands back behind your knees and lightly massage that area. Fun anatomy. It's called the popliteal region, which always makes me think of popples. A little bit more massaging behind the knees. This area spends a lot of time closed off anytime we're sitting pretty much. So helping fluid flow. And then you can keep stretching your legs long, or maybe you draw your knees in towards your chest a little and lift your hips, trying to catch your hips with your hands. Walking the shoulders towards each other, just playing with a little shoulder stand variation. Maybe you go for the whole deal. Maybe you like plow pose, dropping the toes to the ground over your head. Just a couple breaths to play. And then we'll all bring our spine down to the ground. Feet on the earth, arms out wide. Take a couple breaths, just letting things settle. And let your knees fall to the left, Take a breath in this twist. Come back to center and let your knees fall to the right, taking a breath. And back to center. Stretch those legs long. Maybe keep the arms out wide, more like a starfish today. Allow yourself to take up some space. The miracle of gratitude is that it shifts your perception to such an extent that it changes the world you see. Yoga Sutras call it santosha, contentment. Stay at rest for a minute more, allowing the body to breathe in its own way. Nothing to direct or control right now. Breathing, give yourself a stretch. And you've got a minute to enjoy closing out this practice. So as you're ready, we'll come back to an easy seat and practice a few rounds of a slow, full diaphragmatic breath, trusting that this time is valuable. Probably got time for about 3 full breaths here. So sitting tall, breathing in through your nose, keeping the belly soft and relaxed. The chest and neck muscles don't have to work here. Filling up as much as you can and then letting it go. You're welcome to sigh your next breath out. If you'd like to chant Om, we'll bring our hands together at our hearts, remembering that we are part of a whole vibrating universe. We'll take a big breath in. Om. Deep bow of gratitude to you. Thank you so much for sharing your practice. I hope to see you again tomorrow. For anyone who's got a second, I'm going to show you precious Trudy sleeping like an angel. On a heap. No blanket shortage in this house.